Hi, welcome to Range and Country. I'm Lawrence.
And I'm Peter.
And we're here to bring you a review of the Weihrauch HW35E. So this is the export model. Well, export. It's a genuine rifle, but they're a sort of special order normally. But we've started stocking them because they're a walnut stock, which is a bit different to Weihrauch's other lineup.
I yet to get onto the walnut stock, aren't I? We'll have a chat about that in a bit.
Oh dear. I've got a chair. I'm sat down already. Right, let's get into it. Right, so this is the HW35E. Normally in the UK we get the HW35K, which is ostensibly the same thing, but it's beach stock, and I don't think it has the sling swivels. No. I think this is more of a sort of European, more of a continental spec for it, hence the fact that it's a special order. But yeah, we had someone that wanted one, so we thought, well, if one person wanted one, I'm sure everyone else will. So we've started stocking them, started getting a few in. Notably then, do you want to start up that end with your wood?
So, here we have some veined walnut, allegedly.
Oh, sorry, what now?
According to Weihrauch's website, they fit veined walnut. Now, I'd never heard of veined walnut, and I googled it, I looked it up. And
what did you search for? Veiny wood?
Veined walnut, believe it or not.
Okay, a bit safer.
Yeah. And basically, veiny walnut is just so that you can see the veins in it, and it's got, see the features a bit more. To me, that's probably standard. That's a nice piece of dark standard walnut, to be honest.
It's finished well as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
They're a Manelli stock, are they? Is that the M?
No.
MIC? Or is it these are Weihrauch's own stocks?
I can't remember. It looks like a C. Yeah. Now, interestingly, because walnut is lighter than beech, isn't it? It's a little bit less dense than beech. So, I mean, it's still a heavy rifle. There's a lot of metal work in there, isn't there?
Yeah.
To create that weight. So, we've got a nice, it's a right-handed gun. Sorry, lefties. But saying that, you haven't got a sharp bit on the top there, have you? Like you do on the BSAs, for instance, where or the air arms right-handed springers. And you get a
BSAs are ambi, I think, aren't they? But yeah, air arms are handy.
Air arms, yeah. It's the 400, the fours, and when you get the right-handed ones, they have a sharp bit on them as well, don't they? Yeah.
I mean, it's got a slight raised cheek piece on the left here for a right-handed person, and it's flat on the right.
So it could be ambidextrous. You're just not getting the benefit of that cheek swell on there, but at least you're not getting a sharp edge to put your chin on.
100%.
So we have a sling swivel installed there, as well as one up at the top as well. Now, interesting, I've just been thinking about this. Now, when you put a break barrel rifle on your shoulder in a sling, any weight on it, and it tends to, the barrel breaks, doesn't it? And you end up with it going slack because the barrel's broken, and the length of the sling has really increased on the rifle because the barrel's coming around to meet it. But these have got a little release there to lock it in. So this is the actual ideal rifle
for having
for
sling
being
on it.
slung over your shoulder, which I'm not a big fan of sling studs, I must admit, but
they sit pretty on this. Obviously, they're from factory.
Yeah.
They sit well on it, and obviously, like you say, it's designed with it. We've got this little push catch thing, and that will lock the barrel, so that now won't come out, won't break.
So I was on the sling swivel, wasn't I? So we've got a nice checkering on a pistol grip there. Moving forward, we've got the standard record trigger, haven't we?
Yeah.
Which is
obviously standard in, I think, all Weihrauchs.
It didn't used to be, did it? But I think they probably have standardised it now.
Yeah.
Was it the 30 that they didn't put it in? It was one of them. Yeah, it was one of them. And we've got quite a deep forend there on it, with a Weihrauch logo and nice checkering as well. Quite a weighty piece, but it's quite well balanced, to be honest.
Obviously, we'll get into the numbers, the weight, and that sort of thing in the handling section.
So we've got the record trigger's adjustable, and it comes with auto safe as well. So as soon as you cock it, your little safety on the back here pops out, and you have to, after you've pulled the trigger to try and fire it, and you remembered it's auto safe, you have to press that safety in, as we always do.
I think all Weihrauch springers have the auto save. You think of one that doesn't? I think they're all basically the same sort of mechanism on that rear end there. I'm sure there'll be someone that goes, oh, actually it's a 21mm piston rather than a 20.5 on the HW30 export over the... Yeah.
Well, I think the safety's built into the record trigger system, isn't it? So that sort of goes without saying. But it is, I mean, it is a bit of a pain in the backside having to put, but it works, doesn't it? Every time, click it down, safety out. It's probably a real good thing to have. Yeah.
Obviously, clearly they've done it for a reason. Yeah. As with air arms, they're clearly doing it for a reason, right?
Yeah.
We've got a standard 9 to 11mm rail up top here. We've got 3 points for a recoil stud. So you can obviously have your scope wherever you want it and have your recoil stud pushing into the action to stop the scope sliding back with each shot. Now, like we say, this is quite a heavier brake barrel. So it doesn't recoil too much. It's actually quite stable. We found that in testing. It was actually really, really stable, but a bit of a lump. We've also got open sights here.
That's always a nice touch, isn't it? When a rifle comes with open sights. Yeah, you've got the choice.
Yep.
No open sights, you haven't got the choice.
Correct. We've got interchangeable foresight inserts on the front. I believe they're for different sizes of aperture. But don't ask me the sizes of them. But
what sizes are they?
Oh yeah.
Just looking at the engineering and that cocking rod. With all Weihrauchs, they're all very solidly built, aren't they?
Yeah.
They really are.
Obviously, yeah, this is not a cheap rifle.
No.
We are talking. This is a high-end brake barrel rifle. Yeah, and it's very well deserving of it. They clearly know the stuff.
Now, while we were talking about Walnut stocks, there aren't many Weihrauch guns that come with Walnut stocks, are there?
You've got the 100s, obviously the
but in
big PCPs.
In
the lineup.
Spring guns, yeah.
Or maybe we just don't get them over here.
I did look on because it was a point I brought up earlier, and I did look on Weihrauch's website, and I think apart from this model, they quote just about all the rest as hardwood stocks. Some they call hardwood stocks, some they call beech, and some of them they say have got a walnut finish on them. So walnut stained hardwood of some sort. You'd have thought if it was walnut, they'd have said walnut. So whether it's beech or whether it's another hardwood, possible. But it's just interesting. They don't do many walnut stocks.
It's only this that has the veiny wood.
The veiny wood, yeah.
Okay.
Walnut is standard on the HW100s, isn't it? As you said, yeah. Interesting.
Maybe they're just trying to bring their other springers down in price, or make them not too expensive. But I don't know. They're a high end. They're a high end rifle. I'd have thought they'd just go the whole hog, but clearly they've got reasons, right?
Now, while we're just at the back end here, I was thinking, when you've got a rifle with open sights, it'd always be nice to have peek through scope mounts, wouldn't it? That would make your scope quite high, but it would be quite nice. Then you've got the choice, haven't you?
Yeah.
You're not a big fan of open sights.
Well, I'm not a big fan of trying to do both at once.
Aren't you?
If you want to do one, do one. If you want to do the other. Because then at that point you'd have the weight of a scope on top, but you're using the open sights. Shall we jump into handling? and see how it fits and see how it feels.
Yeah.
Okay, so some headline figures then. So this weighs 3.4 kilos unscoped, which is £7 and 6 ounces.
Quite a lump, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite a bit of a lump for that's getting on for
Heavy rifle.
yeah, underlever weight. I was going to say. I think they're
Helped
about,
you out there. Got you out of that one.
I think they're about 4 kilos for a 97, aren't they?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Synthetic might be a bit lighter. And it's about 110 centimeters long, 43.5 inches. So again, I mean, it's certainly not a long rifle. Barrel's quite long though. 18 inches. Yeah, 18.5 inches. We're peek behind the curtain. We're doing this review on the same day that we're doing a HW95 review, and that's got like a 12-inch barrel. I guess this is the obviously the export model. This is designed for the continent and higher power countries. So I guess they want the longer barrel for more power.
Yeah.
What did you think while you were shooting it? Obviously, you're the one that's going to be shooting it shortly.
Yeah. Now I've had a play with it, and I've done tried to do some zeroing with it. Just familiarise myself with it. Very nice. It's one of those rifles that you just feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly what I thought when I first picked it up.
Yeah. It's like an old pair of slippers. You put them on and you go, oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're looking gone out now, aren't you?
No, I was just trying to think of a joke, but it just wasn't coming to me. So now I look like I was.
Yeah.
Just being.
It just fitted, and it just felt. It just felt right from picking it up.
When I first grabbed it out of the box and I lifted it up, got it into the shoulder to try the open sights, and they lined up perfectly. I thought that's absolutely bang on. Couldn't ask for much more than that. It is heavy, but heavy is good, isn't it? Heavy is reliable.
Yes, Boris.
Yeah.
I think one place they're missing out on, Weihrauch, are fibre optic sights.
Yeah, I guess that takes away from the sort of traditional rifle that they're going for.
It does, and I know it'd probably be hard with a tunnel sight on the forend to get the fibre optic to pick up much light. But I don't know. I think I'd just like to see fibre optics. They're so good when you use them, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're really. It is really like 3 lights on your gun. I do like that.
Well, alas, we've only got opens today.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we give it a go and shoot it? See what it. We both think that it feels very comfortable. Comes up to the shoulder very nicely. Let's see how it shoots.
I'm in the hot seat, so I guess it's going to be me doing the shooting, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Let's get the target set up, and we're back with you shortly. Okay, here we are ready to shoot the HW35E. Let's give it a go. So this is the 177 that we've got with us today. We're shooting QAS domed 8.48 grain standard weights. And as always, we're 25 meters indoor on our little purpose-built range attached to the studio. The scope that we've got on top is a Hawk Air Max Compact 6-24. I think that's everything. That's our whole setup.
Well, it's on the target.
We're doing well.
That's good for me.
It's been a little peek behind the screens. It's been a little while since we recorded a video, so maybe I'll give you the excuse that we're out of practice.
Happy with that?
Not bad so far.
Now, for me, the trigger's a little bit heavy.
Right.
If this was my own gun, I would fettle that trigger.
But this is, as we always do, this is completely factory. This is as you would receive it. I mean, nothing wrong with that.
It's taking my time on that trigger release. That's where I always think that's where it's either won or lost.
Yeah, certainly with the Springer.
In that very last split second. But you tend to know as soon as that trigger's gone back.
Yeah.
You know whether you fluffed it or not, don't you?
Speak for yourself. I never miss.
It's always very different when you're using a new gun, isn't it? When it's your own gun and you've put hundreds and thousands of shots through it, you learn it, don't you?
You get a feel for it, yeah.
With your own rifle. So what does he say?
There are many like it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's just what I was thinking, but this one is mine.
Unfortunately, this one is still the shop's, and it's still for sale, so it's not yours.
Yeah. So this will be any guns that we do, any new guns that we do use as for our video demonstration. We do sell as X demo, don't we?
Yeah, we'll be so this is a brand new rifle straight out of the box. I've got the box for it down here somewhere. Yeah, when we obviously sell it, we'll put it out as an X demo. We should probably put it out as more expensive. Touched by Peter.
Sounded a bit touchy.
Put a little, yeah, true. Put a little autograph in the stock.
Yeah. And this is the one he shot terribly in that video.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's not wrong with that.
Not for a spring gun.
2 shots are slightly out, but then the rest are through a ragged hole.
Half an hour ago I hadn't touched this rifle, so that's not too bad, is it?
Not bad at all.
No.
No, I had a little bit of a play with it as well, not quite zeroing it like you're doing. I thought it was quite heavy for a Springer, for a brake barrel, sorry, I should say. It's more like a not too heavy underlever. Pause. But I think that adds to the sort of
quite enjoying
stability of it.
Getting back in the swing of it.
Yeah, I think that's 8 shots. I think total. Are you going for 10?
I don't know. I'm just going to keep going till I get bored. To be honest, you carry on talking. I'm
all
right.
Mess the group up.
Yeah, just carry on.
I mean, that was all I had to say, to be honest.
You sound like Forrest Gump now.
All right.
And that's all I have to say.
Oh, right, okay.
Can't remember that bit.
No.
Where was that one?
Was that through that top right group? Was that through the I think that's 10. Do you want to call that there? Okay. It's just going to get bigger and worse, and it's going to look less attractive for anyone who just skips through the shooting.
Oh,
I'm sure there'll be absolute heathens that see the start of a shooting and then skip to the end to see what the results were.
People wouldn't do that, surely.
I'm sure they would.
And miss our banter our boring banter in the middle of it.
They would be missing out, certainly. You're extending that line down now.
Yeah, they're all within that green now. They're all within not a bad group, aren't they? Was that 11 then? Should I do 12 and call it a day at 12?
Yeah, that's definitely a round number.
Yeah. So it's 14 though.
Oh, you might as well do 15 at that rate.
Well, that's not a round number, is it?
Well, you're half of it. Most of the way there to 20.
Yes.
There you go. One colossal group.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's leave it at that. That was quite enjoyable actually for a spring gun.
Yeah, you couldn't drag you away from it to decrease the runtime of the video.
Sorry.
Shall we go grab that target, see how it compares to the range and country 20p or 50p or pound coin or whatever we decide to go
£2
with?
coin normally in my case.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
£5 note.
Yeah, brilliant. Back with you shortly. Right, what do we think then? We've seen how it shoots. Well, we've seen how you shoot it. What do you think then? You've been the one to shoot it. What do you think?
Now, this is reminiscent to me of old-fashioned quality air rifles that, not that I grew up with quality air rifles because they weren't, but this is the sort of thing that when I was a youngster, you'd have dreamed of. You know, the quality of something like this. And it just takes you back to quality engineering, you know, and it's just, you feel that the rifle, with more use, it's just going to become part of you. You know,
this could absolutely be a rifle for life, I guess.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, it's quite hard to put it into words, but some rifles just feel right, don't they?
Yeah, these are built really solidly. The locking mechanism means that it shouldn't get barrel droop over time, like some break barrels can do. It should reset every single time. Obviously, we saw it was very, very accurate a little while ago. This is the E, as we said in the introduction. This is the export model. Obviously, we get the K option, option as standard, which comes with the beach stock. I don't believe it comes with the sling swivels. That will feel.
Do you know the price difference between
just
the two?
The same?
No. Is it worth going the extra for the walnut? For the E model.
Walnut is very, very nice.
I think if it's a keeper, I think probably say if it's going to be a keeper and it's like a Pro Sport or a TX200, you think, right, this is a gun, this is the one that I'm keeping. Then you go with the walnut, don't you?
Yeah.
If you're not too bothered, if you're not that, what's the word? If you're not that sentimental with your rifles, and if it's just a tool or if it's just something to try, probably the beach. You'd go for the beach one.
Yeah, save a bit of money if it's a workhorse, then which obviously it's clearly designed to be. Weihrauch, I guess, have made their name from hunting rifles, and that's very clearly what this is. So yeah, the beach rifles can be a bit cheaper, but you don't get no veiny wood with that one.
No, it is very nice.
I can tell.
It is a keeper. Yeah, I very much enjoyed shooting it, to be honest. And
like you say, it fit very well.
Yeah,
I don't think weight is an issue. I think certainly if you're out hunting with it, you've got the straps on this one on the E. I think you probably want them, but it makes it a lot more stable when you do come to firing.
Yeah, and as I said before, having the sling attached to it, it just the barrel lock just goes perfectly with the with the sling studs. Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
The only thing is it's not threaded for a silencer. You can't get a moderator on the end.
Are you a big fan of silencers, moderators on spring guns?
Probably no. I mean, you can kind of hear a slight difference, but the main noise that, I guess, the noise in your ear as you're shooting it is always going to be there. It's the spring, it's the mechanism inside doing its magic. Big old spring clattering forward every time. But down the range, I would guess it is notably quieter. But, yeah.
I probably agree with that, but yeah, again, you're going to be hearing the mechanical noise, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, your quarry, whatever you're out hunting, is probably going to run away anyway. So, yeah, I don't know.
No, very, very solid, dependable piece of kit, I would say. I enjoyed shooting it. 177 version, this one. I didn't want to put it down. You know, sometimes you get a rifle that you think, I like this.
Like you say, it just fits.
Yeah. And if it's a hard one to shoot, you go, oh, I can't wait to put it down. Can't wait to get the shots done. And yeah, I would fettle the trigger. If it's a keeper for myself, I would fettle the trigger.
But there's a single screw inside there. They're really easy to adjust, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
The only thing I will say, if you are planning on adjusting triggers of any kind, have the instruction manual immediately there.
Yeah.
Even I do it, even we do it whenever we're adjusting a trigger on something like an air arms that we know what we're doing with. Just have the instruction manual there. It's very easy to ruin a trigger.
RTFM. Have it in front of you.
Which means read the manual.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Okay, lovely. Well, thank you very much for watching. We've both quite enjoyed this, and you've definitely really enjoyed this. So please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. I think the button's down here somewhere.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.